Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Today is April 14th, 2015, and there's a lot of hype today for the Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight because Floyd Mayweather is doing a practice match and it's a big internet event. Lots of people are watching it live on the web. They're saying this is the biggest boxing event in forever, but it's coming at an awkward time because both boxers are now older and they wish they'd done the fight 5, 6 years ago. For boxing fans who wonder why they didn't do it 5 or 6 years ago, it's because they need to know and they need to come to realize that the sport of boxing is incredibly rigged. Nobody in their life has probably ever seen a boxing match that wasn't rigged, or it's probably a real rarity. Maybe on Friday night fights on ESPN, some of those aren't rigged. But this stuff is a gigantic joke. Floyd Mayweather's record is a joke right now. Even before this Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight was announced, I projected that his next fight might be the biggest fight of his career and he might lose because his record is made to be broken right now. We'll get into it. The other reason, though, that I think Manny Pacquiao is going to win is because so far all the numbers are in his favor, including Mayweather's practice fight today. But let's look at what's most in Manny Pacquiao's favor right now. It's the word heart. The fight is on May 2nd, 5-2. The word heart, using the alphabet, simple English gematria, sums to 52. And they had the hype weigh-in conference on 3/11, March 11th, which is exactly 52 days before the fight on May 2nd. So this emphasis on 52 is very much here. I said coming out of Super Bowl 49 to watch for the number 52 this year, also before this was announced. Why? Because the sum of that score was 52. The word roar equals 52 as well, and the roar at the halftime show was a big emphasis, and a couple other reasons. 52 is a very important number in football. A lot of key players wear the number 52. Patrick Willis unexpectedly retired this offseason. Very recently, he wore the number 52. This 1 month and 21 days is also important. We'll look at that. But with regards to heart, 52, look at these headlines. Lennox Lewis, former heavyweight champion. Mayweather has edge in talent. Pacquiao has edge in heart. Heart in emphasis. Pacquiao's biggest edge over Mayweather, says boxing champ May Lewis. You could also look at that as 52 or the date, 5-2. Julio Cesar Chavez. My heart, says Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao has more heart right now, says trainer. Mayweather versus Pacquiao, scoring from the heart. My heart for Pacquiao, but my mind for Mayweather. Oscar de la Hoya says his head goes for Mayweather, but his heart goes for Pacquiao. Are you getting the emphasis? The 52s are on the side of Pacquiao. Now, Truth Seeker, I'll admit, if I am wrong, then I read this in reverse. And what that means is that the narrative is written through the eyes of Mayweather, and this is the perfect victim for him on May 2nd for his 48th win. The word hoax equals 48. If he becomes 48-0, the numbers are still there, but I truly do think this is going to go the way of Pacquiao. I suspect I'm reading it more correctly this way, but if I'm wrong, it's because I read the numbers wrong, not because the numbers are a coincidence. That's an important point to understand. And also, I like making predictions because in being wrong, you can learn from your mistakes and see how you're reading it backwards, which is entirely possible to do in this decoding. So, Floyd Mayweather says it breaks his heart to say no to his fans, but it is necessary for the sake of his daughter. It'd be breaking his undefeated record if he lost. Look at this headline from before it was announced. I believe in my heart my son will fight Pacquiao. So see, his father says he believes in his heart his son will fight Pacquiao. This word was already happening before the fight was announced, hinting at the May 2nd fight, which might mean that Mayweather is essentially the king of the boxing ring right now, and things are written through his lens, if you will. Like how in the NFL, things are written through the lens of the Patriots in the post 9/11 era. In basketball, it's often been through the Lakers. But yes, much emphasis on this word heart and a fight centered on 52. So, with regards to Mayweather, today he is doing his practice sparring match live online. It's a date with 33 numerology. Think about 33. What do most people associate 33 with? The age Jesus was crucified at. Jesus equals 74 in Gematria. This is what I want to get to, Truth Seeker. Where are we at? There we go. Okay. So, these numbers that are often paired, 33, 47, 74, they seem to be numbers that have much to do with sacrifice and martyrdom. The name Floyd equals 26. The name Mayweather equals 47. Currently, Floyd Mayweather has a record of 47 wins, 0 losses, with 26 knockouts. Knockout is abbreviated KO. K is the 11th letter. O is the 15th. KO even equals 26. He has 26 knockouts right now, matching his name perfectly. He was born Floyd Sinclair. His name was 66 Gematria, also of interest. He fights often at the MGM, where most major fights are, a venue with 33 Gematria. And here's his stats. The other thing is, True Seeker, this fight coming up on May 2nd, it's 1 month and 21 days from the hype, which reminds me of the number 121, which has to do with Revelation. We had Super Bowl 49 this year. Again, I said these numbers came out of Super Bowl 49. Revelation equals 49, 67, and 121. The name Manny equals 67, not his birth name. And his reach, that's how long his fist comes out for his punch, is 67 inches. Fingertip to fingertip. So I really do think the numbers are in Manny's favor for this fight. I think Floyd's are meant to be broken, and that's why he's being paid over $200 million. And True Seeker, what I want to do is close this out by showing, you might have already seen this, it's episode 104. I talk about boxing. So I'm going to let this play out. And what's interesting is I started this post talking a lot about the year 1867 in boxing. So 1867 has a lot to do with the roots of professional boxing. Here we go. Check it out.
Hey, fellow truth seekers. Thank you for tuning back in. Today we're going to talk about the sport of boxing and how it is a Freemason creation, as are pretty much all the major sports in this world. So far I've done videos on basketball, football, baseball, soccer, called football in the rest of the world. And today we're going to tackle boxing. So, let's go to the roots of boxing. Yesterday I also did a video on Percy Harvin. I'm going to link it down in the comments. In that story, the number 67 was of relevance. 67 is super relevant to Muhammad Ali as well as the other master numbers. He has them all. We'll get into it. But let's go back in time to 1867, 100 years before Muhammad Ali was relevant. So, the rules of boxing at this time were called the Marquis of Queensberry Rules. The ring was to be 24 feet on each side, so a total perimeter of 96 feet. In Freemasonry, in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, the ranging degrees are 31, 32, 33. If you sum those three numbers, 31 plus 32 plus 33, it sums to 96. The word knowledge in Gematria sums to 96, as do the religions Satanism, New Ageism. They both equal 96 as well. Okay. So, boxing, the rules were, the rink was to be that size, boxing only, no wrestling, Rounds were to be 3 minutes with a 1 minute rest between each round. And if somebody was knocked to the floor and could not get up within 10 seconds, it was to be called a knockout, just as it is in most modern day boxing. And the man who founded these rules was named John Chambers. John has the special gematria of 47. Chambers has the special gematria of 33. If you've never watched any of my videos before and this is your first, you're going to have to go back and watch some other videos to see that this isn't a bunch of nonsense. This is deep and coded on and on and on, and you're going to see as we go through this. But please check out some other videos too. So, okay, we'll keep moving on. Those were the beginnings. Lots of traces of Freemasonry just right there from the beginning. All right, let's go to this next. So the original Boxing World Championship was held in the UK to become the world champion of boxing. It was hosted at a place called the Pelican Athletic Club. The gematria of the word pelican is 33. The gematria of the word athletic is 33. Club sums to 11, the master number in numerology. And also look at how C is the third letter, L is the 12th, so 1 plus 2 becomes 3, and U is the 21st, so 2 plus 1 becomes 3. Just like the word clue, they have 333 coded into them. The word nuclear has 333 coded into it. That's a whole other topic. And then the total sum of the name, Pelican Athletic Club, sums to 77. The phrase Knights of Templar sums to 77. Those are the original Freemasons. Washington, D.C. is located on the 77th meridian, known as the American Meridian. The Pentagon also, on that same parallel, is 77 feet tall. On 9/11, it was Flight 77 that hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian. It's not even where it stops, you guys, but that's where it's going to stop for this post. Don't want to get tangential here. Anyway, most major boxing events today are hosted at the MGM. MGM is another 33 thing. 13 plus 7 plus 13. 33. MGM. Also, MGM's curious in gematria because M, if we reduced it, instead of it being 13, it would become 4. So then MGM creates the sequence 474. So you have a 47 and 74, and if the other number is often paired with 33. See how ingenious this is? It's not that somebody was named Metro Golden Mayer. That's not it. They just made that nonsense up. They want that MGM. That's what it's all about. Okay, so let's just go through some things. Boxing's so full of 33. We're just going to go through it example by example. This is the story of how boxing world championships came to be 12 rounds. The 12, think about the number 12. In a calendar year, it's 12 months. Once upon a time, it used to be 13 months when the Babylonians were in power. And when you think about 13 months, it actually makes a lot more sense because what is 13 months times 4 weeks? It's 52, like the number of weeks in a year. With our 12-month calendar, we have to make the days all wacky and uneven. I mean, why? It's because numerologists took over the world. They're not just numerologists. They're more than that. They're into astrology. They're into all sorts of stuff. But this numerology is a huge piece, and they've been coding it into everything since forever. And that's what I'm showing you, even boxing. Even boxing. All right, so here's how 12 rounds came to be. There was a fight between Ray Michael Mancini and Duck Koo Kim. A name that hardly sounds believable, probably because it's not. The date of the fight was November 13th, 11/13/1982. The date has a numerology of 26. 26 is the God number in gematria. Very quickly, the English language is based on gematria. 26-letter alphabet, A through Z. The word God is spelled G-O-D. That's 7 plus 15 plus 4 using the alphabetic order. Sums to 26. This goes way back, way before English. 26 is the God number in gematria. The date of this fight had a 26 numerology. Ray Mancini killed Duck Koo Kim, is the way the story is. Ray in gematria sums to 44, just like the word kill. His middle name's Michael, which has the gematria of 33, and Mancini, which has the gematria of 36. Another number they like. Names such as Foreman sum to 36. George is 39. Foreman's 36. Anyhow, Duck Koo Kim, the name, is also very curious because Duck sums to 36. Koo sums to 41. And if we didn't catch that at the beginning, the word box sums to 41 in gematria, just like the acronym USA, just like the word king, just like lock, just like key, just like fun, just like the F word, just like a lot of important words. 41. Okay, so also that name, Duck Koo Kim, sums to 110, another very significant number, another multiple of 11. This is how they're coding the athlete names if you're not catching the point. Ray Michael Mancini's fight before this was against Ernesto Espana. Ernesto is another name that sums to 33. The name Ernesto and the name Miranda are both names that sum to 33. And if you look up the story of Ernesto Miranda, where Miranda rights come from, it's all centered around 33 stuff. It's ridiculous. Think about Miranda rights, they're for the police. The word police sums to 33. Okay, let's get back on the topic of boxing, though. I'm just showing you how deep this is. This coding's everywhere. It's not just boxing, it's the Masons. They've built this matrix of life around us. This boxing rink represents it. So do many other things. So where can we go? Let's just start talking about boxers. Yeah, we'll save him. Okay, so, I mean, just like you start thinking of great boxer names, just think up some in your head. So I'm probably going to hit some of them. And I just thought of another one I should have wrote here. So I didn't write it up here, so I'll just say it. Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard sums to 33 in gematria. Dempsey, think of Jack Dempsey, sums to 33. He got to box in the era before there was a limit of 12 rounds, and he was known as being a great boxer because he just lasted and lasted. He had endless endurance. So a boxer like him, he might not be as valuable today. But Dempsey, 33 name. The name Mike Tyson sums to 41, just like the word box, just like King. Also, his full name is Michael. Michael's a 33 name. So, Frazier, think about Joe Frazier. Frazier sums to 47. These very important numbers in gematria. Cassius Clay, the original name for Muhammad Ali, sums to 33, and that's not where it stops getting interesting. Okay, Cassius Clay equals 33, right? He changed his name after he beat Sonny Liston to become the world champion. He did that at the age of 22. In numerology, 22 is the master number. The word master sums to 22 in gematria. Sonny, the way it's spelled, sums to 33. I'm telling you, almost all the boxers got the gematria names. So he had this 33 name, right? And he said, I am losing this name. I am going to be Muhammad Ali. Well, Muhammad sums to 74. That's the official. He uses the official spelling, just like from the Quran. The word Jesus equals 74. The word Yeshua equals 74. The word cross equals 74. The word Messiah equals 74. The word pinnacle equals 74. Muhammad Ali, the full name, sums to 96. Remember how we talked about 96 in the beginning? It's the perimeter of the boxing ring. It's the word for knowledge. It's what the 3 degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry sum to. So his name went from 33 to 96 with the 74 and 22 coding. Remember, he became the world champion at age 22 also. Yours truly, you know what I got at the age of 22? I still have it. It's been going for 9 years straight, ringing right here in this ear. It's never shut off. So, some people get to be world champions, some people get tinnitus. Anyway, in my own lifetime, Evander Holyfield, he's been one of the biggest, most celebrated boxers. Evander's a 33 name. Holyfield's 51. The word conspiracy equals 51. You sum his name together, it equals 84. United States of America equals 84, just like Evander Holyfield. And if you guys don't know Evander Holyfield and a lot of these boxers, they make insane decisions. Like Evander Holyfield lives in I forget how big his house is. I don't even want to estimate because I'll probably be off by 50,000 square feet. But he lives in something that's just ridiculous, that nobody needs to live in a world of people starving, without shelter, without food, without so much. One man needs to live in a building that could literally house probably, I don't know, a city. It's insane. Okay, so we're seeing all this. Let's bring it.
All right, Truth Seeker, so you get the point. If you want to finish the video, it's episode 104. You can just type that into your Google search with my name and it'll come right up. But the point is, it's just a long history of coded numerology with boxing. From Don King to Mike Tyson to Evander Holyfield to Muhammad Ali to Dempsey to Mayweather to Pacquiao to all of them. And it's not just boxing, it's all the sports. We're living in a Freemason creation. We live in their sandbox. So if you're a betting man, I think the smart money is on Pacquiao. That's not a guarantee though. But I think that's where it's at this time. All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.